I'm really going to try and get some recording done. I have been taking video notes about all the things that pop in my head because I really wanted to be organized. You guys, I wanted to be so organized with my content, and I have a spicy brain, and if you look at my page and my content, you can tell. And I'm not sorry about it. I'm not ashamed of it. Nope. I started rambling. This is also why sometimes there's a gap in between, because I will get to just talking. And if I don't have a control on like how it loosens out, it'll just spiral. Like when you let the anchor off of a ship, you know, you have to like guide it down, and then all of a sudden once it goes. Well, that does it on its own. It greases its own wheels and it just dives off the other end. And I don't mean for my videos to be long. They just do. I don't edit my shit. Like, I don't feel like that's necessary. I don't feel like I should have to edit my stuff. If you like what I have to say, or it resonates with you, or you like my energy and all that shit, good. That means I'm not alone. And that means that you're not alone. And that means that we can hang and be cool together. Because that's exactly what I'm doing. I am finding my tribe. I am connecting with myself. And the more that I fucking heal, the more that I fucking heal, the better I feel. Like, I'm mad at myself for gatekeeping healing. But on the flip side of that, it wasn't my fault. I didn't know. I did not know. This might just be a hodgepodge. Because I always try to like stick to one topic, but my brain goes, and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of this thing. Because I was gonna like organize them. I was gonna do an intro video that's like, hey, welcome to my page. This is kind of what I'm about. And then a video, you know, explaining each separate journey, like my trauma healing, my reconnecting with my inner child, and helping her get to where she needs to be. Like, show her that she's loved and that it's okay to have all these feelings and to do what you are doing. Like, you need to be yourself. No one else is here anymore to tell you who you can and cannot be. You get to be yourself, and I'm here to care for you and nurture you, to let you know that, so we don't have to do this ever again. But I also wanted to, that was the quickest transition. I almost lost that thought. I acknowledge it out loud so that I can process it, because then that's real. So if you're like me and you have to hear it to process it, start saying some shit out loud, because it fucking works. I promise. At least for me. I promise it works for me. Like I said, I'm working on things. I'm learning how to like reword some things, get out of old habits that were put onto me. Oh, and then I wanted to do one about how, you know, learning my sexual orientation, and then my childhood, all this stuff. Kind of like my story for learning about my sexuality. That's what I'm going to call it. Coming into my sexuality. Because I wasn't late in life. Did I realize it later on in life? Absolutely. But I wasn't fucking late. I was on time, but I was forced to not live that. And I promise you, I will do a video on that one. I've almost got all of my words pretty much organized to do that one, because that one I do want to get right. I'm not going to like practice it or anything, but I want to get to where I can tell you my story in a decent enough time frame, but to where like I don't have to get into like super big details. If someone has a question, I can come back and answer it later, kind of thing. Oh, I really just lost it as soon as I said it. And if you don't like long videos, that's fine. If you see this, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. Because that was a big thing. Ugh. No one tells you how hard healing really is. They always tell you, oh, well, healing isn't easy, or doing all these things aren't easy, which is fine. But it's kind of like the same thing whenever a parent finds out that a friend of theirs or a family member or whatever gets pregnant, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's the greatest thing in the world. Stop it. You can tell them that, but please bring in the balance and the honesty. Like, no, there are times where it's a fucking shit show. All the fucking time. Sometimes it's nonstop. Sometimes you get breaks, just enough to remember, hey, I love this kid. Fucker's getting on my nerves, but I remember that I love this kid. I got wrapped up in the ramble that I forgot the point I was making. Trying to gentle find it. I said, so what was the comparison? It was a comparison for, okay, the flip side. The equivalent of being happy for a pregnancy, but only telling them half of the truth. Oh, healing. Woo! Nobody ever tells you how hard it is. They just word it a different way. They go, oh, well, it's not easy. No, be fucking honest. It's hard. You have to do the work. Like, literally no one else can do it for you. No one can force you to heal your trauma. No one can force you to fix or change or do anything about yourself that you don't want to do to a certain point. And I'll explain more later with that one. But it is hard. But it is fucking worth it in the end. I highly encourage it. I'm going to wrap this one up. Give myself a little break. Come back and do a little more. So, you got this.